Okay, this is the 5th MKX 20 of the day, and this one has no light at all. I got the contrast up so high you can't read it. Okay, so same deal. We'll tear into this one. I'll pull off all the covers, stand it up on the floor, and desolder the old EL screen, solder in the new one, and we'll come back and I'll show you the solder and desoldering process again. Okie doke, number 5. Okay, backlight number 5. Iron is heating up. Desoldering tool is cocked. Actually, we'll go to the next stronger power glasses so I can see a little better as to what I'm doing here. There we go. Okay, we'll do the same thing we did last time. Just get the edge of the tweezer underneath the plastic of the EL glow thing, and then I can just heat it and lift at the same time. There's one side, and there it is. Did it go back? Huh? Okay, let that solder flow right onto those legs without having to put too much heat into them. And where these are plastic, literally, the less heat the better. Alright, plug the iron back in. And this thing heats up so fast I don't worry about it. Uncock the desoldering tool, we don't need that. So I got a little bit of solder there. I'll hold that right there. Same thing with this one, pull it up just a little. Put a little solder on the tip. And that are it. It's just that easy. Cutters, trim these off. Okay, and there's number 5. So this one I'll put the faceplate on, and then I'll go get the sequencer, and we'll check out the sound quality when we got it right here. And if it's good, good enough. If not, then we'll change out that bypass relay and see if that doesn't clean it up. Alright, I'll put the faceplate on, then we'll come back for a test. Okay, Roland Digital Piano MKX 20, box number 5 today. And we have backlights. So that's good. Background music is Jeremy Lara from Strings and Pucks. He's just about to close out his show. So I've been lurking that while I'm doing this. But yeah, that looks good. I'm sure Jim will be happy. So now I'm going to go get the sequencer. We'll plug in a MIDI cable, run this through the Focusrite into the stereo system, and check the sound quality. Again, if the sound is distorted and ugly, then I'll pull the bottom covers off, and we'll go in and pull that motherboard out and replace the bypass relay like I did on the one last week. And I'll do that to all 5 of these piano boxes that I have here now. We'll try and knock these out of the way, get them all set for them. Okay, success. Okay, so piano box number 5. This is the one I just put the new screen in. Sequence are up here ready to roll. Sound test. Little crunchy. Sounds like the single notes aren't too bad, but when it goes polyphonic it distorts. Sounds crunchy to me. So I'll pull this cover back off, flip it over and pull the bottom cover, yank out the motherboard, and we'll swap out the bypass relay in this unit. And I'll shoot the volume control with some contact cleaner as well. It's not terrible, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. This may be the last one for the evening. Maybe not. I might keep going. We'll see. But that's where we are. All the backlights are working on all 5 of the units I have here now. So we'll go through the sound tests and change out the relays as needed, and it sounds like this one needs one. Okay. Okay, so this is the motherboard out of the back side of the Roland MKS 20. We're going after that bypass relay right there. Of course it won't focus. Okay. Come on. This component right here, we're going to replace it with that one. Looks different, but inside it's the same unit. Okay, so that's the best I can get my camera in there and focused. And so what we're going after is these 8 pins right here. Okay, there's the furthest 2 back. Those are my contacts. These are the magnet. So there's not a lot of solder on those. I got my iron heating up now. I'll just tip in some flux and clean it up. See if it comes right out or if we have to jimmy it around a little, with heat. We'll see. Okay, box number 5. I've had a couple of them that were long enough to reach over the back like that. Nice. Now this time, this is way out in the middle. Usually these are over here. Interesting. Okay, so right away I see this one's wire tied to the board. I'll do those 3 out of the board. Okay. Screwdriver away. Pick up the needle nose of the Allen wrench again. And there we go. So we're just going to loosen these standoffs. Squeeze across the ears and lift. Got the wire in there. That's still good. What the hell? I don't want to move. Alright, we'll come back to that one. I'm surprised, usually this is in the corner. have trouble with. There it is. Oh, almost lost it. So that one can be a pain in the ass, depending on the orientation of the ears on that standoff. I believe that's the last one. Okay. So now, we get the board. I'm going to go from under this crap. Off of those standoffs. Come on. There we go. That was not easy. There we go. Now we can get our last 3 plugs here. Okay, and we're going to swap that baby out. This will be the de-soldering. Let's go in a little. Cocked and ready to roll. Alright, so we'll go for pin 1. I call it that because it's the first one I'm doing. I have no idea what the actual pin number is. But you see, we got 8 of them holding this baby in. 6 contacts and 2 magnet leads. If you've ever struggled trying to take a component out, then you know how valuable this thing is. And I have net a touch on the edge. I like to hit again. Just so there's no damage to the pads. That just fell right out. Just like that. Perfect. Give that a quick wipe. No more de-soldering. That just fell right through. This baby, magnet leads face that way. Hold that in with just my middle finger. And we'll hit 2 of those pins kitty corner from one another. Just to stabilize it all in there nice. Make sure you get enough heat on there that you're not creating a cold solder joint. Need the pin and the pad to be hot. So once that's in there, then you're good to go. I just clean this tip one more time, and away we go. first one. Yeah. Yeah, good. Okay. And that's all there is to replacing those. Okay, so I just soldered that bypass relay in. We'll put this board back on there. Again, same as last time, there's some connectors we need to hook up before we slide that under. And we'll do that. So we got this. Yeah. This one goes here. We'll go this way. Actually, I think that was supposed to be on top of that one. Okay. So that's all the stuff that's hard to get to. We'll stick that on top now. Slide these in position. Pull this plug out this time. And try and get all these wires on top here. It's a little tough. There we go. Getting around that spot. Okay, that's all lined up. Now we got this one going in here. I guess that was over the top. That's it. Okay. Push these down. And then we got this one I pulled out of the top board for access to that. And there. And that's it. That's how quick that installs. Pretty nice. Yep, all good. So then we'll grab the flat. That's better. No more crunchies. Okay, 5 Roland MKS 20s, all with new backlights and new bypass relays. Ready to roll. I only have one power cord or I'd turn them off. But yeah, Jim should be smiling. So obviously this guy likes the equipment he uses. He doesn't want to learn something new. When something breaks, he buys another one. And so over the years, these have accumulated. And he tried to get them fixed and no one would work on them. So he's a great guy. I'll do my best to help him out. And he's the guy that gave me the Parker Fly most recently, along with a whole bunch of cables and stuff like that. And then he gave me an acoustic electric Alvarez bass and a Line 6 LD175 bass amp. And amongst all the stuff that he gave me, there was nice Shure microphones. I cleaned them all up. They just had crud on the screens. No big deal. What else? He gave me Natural G. It's a pedal multifunction unit, I guess, for acoustic guitars. So I've been doing all kinds of stuff. I haven't even had a chance to plug that in, but that's coming up soon. Like I said, once I'm done doing all Jim's stuff, I'm going to play the hell out of my guitar. And so right now the Hofner's still hanging out over on the rack over there, right in front of my 12-string acoustic Alvarez. So I got to get that on the bench and trace out that treble boost circuit. Everything else is working. So I got the schematic for it, and I got the actually highlighted the electrical paths that are used in the treble circuit. So I should be able to make more sense of the rat's nest underneath that piece of pickguard. But yep, there it is. 5 of them. MKS 20s, Roland digital pianos. I guess when he talked to them, they said they wouldn't work on them, that the guys who made them are all dead. So being old has its perks. I can fix this stuff. Alright, this is the end of this one. See you in the next one, I hope. Have fun.